All right, all right. Give it a minute or so and see who we get on here. See, we've got a couple likes already, which is great. Give it a few minutes. Hope you guys are doing well, enjoying a nice Saturday. Hope you're having a nice Thanksgiving weekend as well. Let me know when you're in here in the comments. Just say hi so I can say hi back so I know when you're in here. I'm going to start in a minute. I want to talk about how to plan out your weekly mileage. And I'm going to take you from 20 miles a week all the way up to 100 miles a week. And I'll go through it. I also have a file, a template. And if you want me to send it to you, just let me know. And I'll send it to you either via Instagram or email directly. So you just let me know. Let me know. But I'm going to go over kind of the layout and how to schedule things out. And obviously there's a lot of flexibility in here, so you can customize it any way you want. But this is set up and set. You can maximize the week accordingly. Okay. And there's a couple of important points I want to make in the training schedule as well as you start increasing volume. So let me know you're in here. When you get in, let me know. Who do we got on? Let me say hi in the comments. And let me know that you can hear me as well. I have my microphone on here. I want to make sure it's working properly. Give it a minute or so. And I'll get started in a second. And then if you happen to miss it, you watch this later, just let me know. Or again, if you want the template, the complete file, let me know and I'll send it to you of the weekly training schedule, the volume, how to set up the volume. So let's kind of position this here for 1 second. There we go. All right. So this is an important thing too, setting up your weekly volume and how you do it. And everybody has individualized needs. So some people tend to be on low volume. Some people tend to be on moderate volume. Some people tend to be on high volume. It depends on where your strengths are, your weaknesses, your needs, your schedule, lifestyle, and everything, and how to kind of build it around in a way to maximize your ability to capitalize on it, but at the same time, make sure you're not getting sick or hurt or both too. So if you're a coach, this is a good video to watch, and you'll get a lot of insight here. And if you're an athlete, this will give you some insight too, so that if you're designing your own training, this will kind of give you a layout on how to modify it if you need to in a way that works for you. The same thing for a coach. Not everybody's going to respond the way to the same exact training program. So this kind of gives you a little bit of flexibility and leeway. And again, you can customize it any way you want. So I'm going to start you off with 20 miles a week. And at this point, this is at the very beginning. By the way, when you get in here, just let me know. Say hi in the comments so I can say hi back. 20 miles a week. It's a pretty Samir, how you doing, man? How are you? Can you hear me? Let me know if you can hear me, bud. Who else can? Somebody else just hopped on too. Let me know that you're here. Say hi in the comments, so I can give you a shout back. Can you hear me, Samir? It's always good to see you. All right, so 20 miles per week. Again, this is a very low volume. Aziz John, if I'm not pronouncing it right, my apologies. Aziz John, how are you? Where are you from? And let me know if this is your first time here. Welcome. But I hope you find the information here valuable. So I'm starting off with 20 miles a week. I'm going to go up by 10 miles until we get to 100. And again, if any of you guys want this, I have the template itself. Perfect. All right, perfect. Samir, you can hear me good. I'm going to shave your head soon. I hear you, man. Buzz. I buzz it. I use the #1 clipper all the time. So all the time. My wife likes my hair really short. COVID right now, Samir. Dude, I'm sorry to hear it. I hope you recover well. And I'm actually getting my COVID booster in a couple of days. Commie cough is pretty tough. Yeah, I've known some people who have caught it. It can beat people up pretty good. Uzbekistan. All right. Currently running with Brooklyn College. Thank you. All right. Brooklyn College. Cool. New York City. Represent. I'm from New York City too. I went to Hunter undergrad in Manhattan. So we used to run against Brooklyn College all the time, CUNY. So CUNY champs. So welcome. And So I want to go over 20, I'm going to go over how to set up your weekly schedule. Okay. 20 miles a week. It's essentially about a 5-day. If you can get up to 5 days a week, that's good. 2 days a week is sufficient to at that low volume to be rest days or cross training days. And how I have it laid out is 4 miles on Monday and Tuesday, off day on Wednesday, 4 miles Thursday, 3 miles Friday, 5 miles on Saturday, and then off again on Sunday. So you're doing 2 days in and an off day, and then you're doing 3 days and then an off day. And it develops a pattern of consistency if you are 20 miles. Again, if you guys need this, I have a template. If you didn't hear me in the beginning, let me know. I reach out to me in my email or on Instagram. I'll send you the template of all these weekly training schedules so you can see it. Okay, I've got a template for you. So that's 20 miles a week, okay? That's basically an average of 4 miles per day. It's a very low volume, and that's kind of at the very, very beginning, okay? Progressing up to 30, I have 2 options here. One where you're running 5 days a week, and one when you're running 6 days a week. The 5 days a week option is an average of 6 miles per day. I have 6 miles on Monday and Tuesday, an off day on Wednesday, then 6 miles Thursday, 4 miles Friday, 8 miles long run on Saturday, off day on Sunday. And then a 5-day-a-week option is 4 on Monday, 6 on Tuesday, 5 on Wednesday and Thursday, 3 on Friday, 7 on Saturday, and then an off day on Sunday. Okay. So, and that's an average of 5 miles per day. And again, modifying it so that if you have individualized needs, and this is just overall volume for the day. So if you have a workout, that includes a warm up and cool down and whatever else as well. So, but at 30 miles, you're not going to really need to do many workouts. The idea is to still continue to build fitness until you get to a little bit of higher volume. So 40 miles, I have 2 options here as well. The first one's 5 days a week. So it's 8 on Monday and Tuesday, off day on Wednesday, 6 Thursday, 4 Friday. 8 Thursday, 6 Friday, 10 on Saturday. My apologies. And off on Sunday. So again, 8 off, and then 8, 6, 10 off. So again, 2 running, 1 off, 3 running, 1 off. A pattern of consistency if you stay there. If you're running 5 days a week, you have a pattern of consistency. And that's an 8-mile average per day. Okay. You can average a little bit more if you're running a 1 less day. This is 6 days a week now, which is an average of 6.67 miles per day. 6 on Monday, 7 on Tuesday, 8 on Wednesday, 6 on Thursday, 4 Friday, 9 on Saturday, then off on Sunday. Okay. That's 6 days per week. That's 40 miles. Okay. And again, now you can start infusing in some workouts, some speed development, some other things. You can even incorporate speed development in a 30-mile-a-week as well. But I would wait until you're running at least 5 days a week until you run any type of hard workouts or harder workouts. Okay. Now I want to bump it up to 50 miles per week. 6 days a week is 8.33 miles per day. So that's 7 on Monday, 8 on Tuesday, 9 on Wednesday, 8 on Thursday, 7 on Saturday, 7 on Friday, 11 long run Saturday, and Sunday off. So it's just a little bit more than 20% of the weekly volume in the long run. Okay. So again, 7, 8, 9, 8, 7, 11 off. Okay. 8.33 average per day. Now the 7-day-a-week option is 7.14 miles per day. It's a little bit, basically 7 miles per day, a little bit less. So it's 7 Monday, 8 Tuesday, 7 Wednesday, 8 Thursday, 6 Friday, 10 Saturday, 4 on Sunday. Okay. And again, plugging in your workouts as you see fit. Okay. It's extremely hard to say injury-free when you run over. It is, but it depends, Dimitri. I mean, if you're doing, are you training all on pavement? Are you training on soft surfaces? Do you have a flexibility on kind of a strength training, a functional routine? I am going to be doing a video on that shortly. Do you do all the other things? Are you sleeping enough? Are you hydrating enough? Those are all important parts of staying healthy 50 miles a week. And again, how you lay things out. This allows you to kind of do 2 workouts per week, but spread them apart by 2 or 3 days. So let's just say you do a workout Tuesday and then a workout Friday. So you get 2 recovery days in between. And then after Friday, you get 3 recovery days until the next workout. So those are all factored in. But you want to be giving yourself enough recovery in between workouts and long runs and stuff so that you can stay healthy. But again, nutrition and sleep play an important role there. Okay. Pavement is rough. Yes, it's if you have it available to you. Softer surfaces is much more forgiving on the legs. You recover better from it. Okay. If you have like rolling kind of dirt or trails, those are ideal for you, especially you start incorporating some rolling in there as well. Hills can act as speed development. It's also less taxing on the legs as flat running and low and downhill running. So, but if you have access to softer stuff, I definitely encourage you to do it. Okay. Particularly on hard days, just more forgiving on your legs. Okay. So those are the options for 50. Now I'm going to give you 3 options for 60 miles per week. Okay. And this is essentially where you can start if people are interested in, if you're a coach or you have athletes that want to do a double run or something like that. This is an option to do that. So the first option is 6 days a week. Okay. Which is 10 miles per day. Okay. In average. Monday, 9, Tuesday, 10, Wednesday, 11, Thursday, 9, Friday, 8, Saturday, 13, Sunday off. Okay. Again, this is a little bit more than 20% for the long run itself. 7 days, you're averaging about 8.5 miles per day. With a 7-day week, you're doing 8 miles on Monday, 9 on Tuesday, 11 Wednesday, 9 Thursday, 7 Friday, 12 Saturday, 4 on Sunday. So cut the long run a little bit, add the short run the day after. Okay. And then the last one is a 7-day week again with an option with a double or 2 doubles. Here, you're doing 6 on Monday. And then Tuesday, you do a double of 3 in the morning or 8 in the afternoon, or vice versa. So 3 and 8, 11 on Wednesday, Thursday, 3 and 8 or 8 and 3. Friday, 4 miles, long run Saturday, 12 miles, and then 5 easy on Sunday. Okay. And again, this is an average of the same 8.5 miles per day. Keep in mind too, if you take it, depending on how often you take a day off, I'll emphasize this now. Okay. Let's just say you're at 70 miles per week, which is 10 miles per day. Okay. Similar to the 6-day a week with 60 miles per week. If you're averaging 10 per day and you have a day off every 2nd or 3rd week, it's important to go. So let's just say every 3 weeks you go 70, and then you go 60 that 3rd week. You want to keep the average per day around the same. Okay. And then you can repeat again. That off day will act as a neutralizer to help you keep that average up top. And if it's every other week, it's every other week. So the last thing you want to do is, and this is another thing too, let's just say you're running 10 miles a day in 70 week, but the following week something happens and, job or whatever it is, something happens with your job and whatnot, and you have to take a day off, or school or family events or something. That doesn't mean try to add 10 miles somewhere else in the week. Now you keep that average and let that be your 60-mile week, still averaging the same 10 miles per day. Okay. Very, very important. You want to keep the average per day throughout your cycle until you change, either increasing intensity or volume. So, but until either a race or a time trial tells you that you're ready to increase. Okay. Let them tell you that you're ready to increase. Okay. So I hope that makes sense, but they're important things to point out. So now let's go to 70 miles per week. Okay. This is also, you have a 6-day option, then you have a 7-day option with doubles. Okay. 6-day option, you're averaging a little over 11 miles per day. It's 10 on Monday, 4 and 8 on Tuesday. So 4 in the morning, 8 in the afternoon, or vice versa. 12 on Wednesday, a 4-8 double again on Thursday, 9 on Friday, 15 long run on Saturday, off day on Sunday. Okay. Microchipped, Eric. I know he got vaxxed. He's fully vaxxed. He's been fully vaxxed. He got vaccinated in January. So he just doesn't tell anybody that. But anyway, back to running. It doesn't suit him politically. That's why he's not telling people. So anyway, back to 70s. Now it's 7 days a week, which is a 10 mile per day. 10 on Monday, 3 and 8 on Tuesday, 12 Wednesday, 3 and 8 on Thursday, 7 on Friday, 15 long run Saturday, 4 easy on Sunday. And again, this is just a basic layout, okay? And for those of you, by the way, Eric, if you haven't here, if somebody else is not here, if you need a template of this, let me know. I'll send you the template of this entire schedule. It's a document, and so we can look at it, and you can see how kind of things are laid out. And I have some explanations and some reasoning, and I have a whole bunch of different detail behind everything. So I can send it to you via Instagram or email. Just let me know. My email is blackbeltrunningcoach@gmail.com. Send me an email. Just ask me for it. Or go to my Instagram, Top of the Line Running. I'll send it to you that way too. So either way, email is easier because it's easier to open, but let me know if you want it, okay? So those are the 2 options for 70 miles per week. Now we'll go up to 80, which is essentially a 7-day week. Okay, it's averaged about 11, a little over 11 a day. And here is the situation: if you need an off day at some point, still average that same thing. It'll take you like down to 67 or whatever it is for that week, but that's fine if it's every other week or every third week, whatever it is. But trying to maintain that daily average. But 80, it's 10 on Monday, 4 and 8 on Tuesday, 12 Wednesday, 4 and 8 on Thursday, 10 Friday, 16 on Saturday for the long run, and 8 on Sunday. And again, modify it as you see fit for yourself or for your athletes. Okay, no problem, Eric. You're welcome. This is kind of a layout. And again, this is also including fitting in workouts and whatnot, warm up and cool down, and letting the volume take it, kind of take its course. Okay. 90-mile week is 7 days as well. It's an average of just under 13 per day. And again, the same thing applies. If you take an off day every second week or every third week, just average the same. So if you're averaging the same, it'll be down in the 70s on a 90-mile week for a 6-day week. So, and that's okay. Need those off days. Okay. So that 90-mile week will be 11 on Monday, 5 and 10 on Tuesday, 15 on Wednesday, 5 and 10 on Thursday, 10 on Friday, 18 on Saturday, which is all still 20% of the weekly volume for the long run, and then 9 on Sunday. Okay. And then 100-mile week, which is rare for a lot of folks, but I still want to mention it for those that maybe high volume folks that see this later on. And that's a little over 14 miles per day. And the same thing applies. If you take an off day every 2 or 3 weeks, make sure you average this or try to average the same amount. It'll take you down to the 80s, but it still represents an off day. Okay. And it'll give you a break, especially this type of volume. You want to have an off day every couple of weeks anyway. So this to laid out in the week is 13 on Monday, 5 and 10 on Tuesday, 15 on Wednesday, 5 and 10 on Thursday, 5 and 6 on Friday. There's probably 3 doubles here, 20 on Saturday, and 10 on Sunday. And that's kind of how it would be. Okay. That's the layout from 20 miles a week to 100 miles a week. And again, you modify it as you see fit. And all this stuff I just mentioned is in the template. So let me know if you want it. Anybody that watches this video, let me know if you want it, and I'll send it to you. My email again is blackbeltrunningcoach@gmail.com. You will have all this information in that email in a PDF template for you. So just let me know and I'll send it to you. Okay. Email me, Samir, if you want it. Okay. Any of these, Eric, Dimitri, whoever's here, as is John, let me know. Okay. Just email me and I'll get it out to you immediately. Okay. Today, whenever you email me, and I'll be happy to get out to you. Does anybody have any questions about this volume? And again, consistency in this stuff is important. That's why I plug in off days on a regular basis to help you be consistent for a longer period of time. Okay. And again, you can increase volume or you can increase intensity, but you don't want to increase both at the same time. Okay. You let races and fitness indicators tell you whether you're ready to start training faster. So there are different effects. Okay. And again, want to make sure you're fit enough to handle this stuff. Okay. But I also want to make sure that you're recovered and healthy. And if you get a chance to do some of this stuff on softer surfaces, that's a good thing. If you're training for half marathon or marathon, whatever it is, you try to, get in some workouts or long runs to simulate the course that you're going to run. So if it's flat, if it's rolling, some rolling as well. It's hard. If you're only running 3 times a week, Samir, I would not emphasize. I mean, if you want to increase volume, I would up it to 4 or 5 days per week. That's the best way to do it. Especially if you want to get to a point where you want to consistently improve, you're going to have to get up to at least 5 days per week of running. That's very important. So, when you start training 5-6 times a week, your body cannot recover and they quickly reach a point of diminishing return. Well, it depends on what does your week look like, Samir? Just give me an idea of what it looks like when you say that. And I'll be able to help you here. And especially, and again, if you have soft surfaces or if you need to take a cross training day, take a cross training day. If you have access to a bike or a pool, let that be your 5th day and run 4 days per week. I've coached people who have done that and they've run pretty well. So it's a way of helping you still get your cardio in while recovering at the same time. But one easy run on Monday. Okay, go ahead. Easy run Monday. VO2 max session on Wednesday. I'm going to write this down actually. Monday, the easy. Wednesday, VO2 max. Long run on Saturday. Okay. how long is the easy run? How long is the long run? And what kind of VO2 max? I can already identify a few things right off the bat. Okay. Just give me an idea. 20 miles for the long run. Okay, that's that's one reason you're probably breaking down. Easy run is 1 hour. Okay. And VO2 max session, what kind of stuff are you doing? Easy pace, 1 hour, good, easy. Okay. VO2 max session 6 to 8 times a mile. My goodness. Okay. Okay. Well, I definitely have some recommendations here, if you don't mind, Samir. First of all, you're taking 2 off days in between your VO2 max session and your long run. Okay, where you're not running, so which makes it a little bit harder to recover from the VO2 max session. You always want to run the day after a hard workout, even if it's easy. Okay. The easy run on Monday, you can cut down to, let's just say 40 minutes. Okay. Just as an example. And then here you have a day off between that and the VO2 max session. Okay. What I would do is add a run on Thursday. All right. And let's just say it's 30 minutes or 40 minutes. And you can cut, because you don't need to do a long run of 20. You're not running enough weekly mileage in order to have a 20-mile long run. So that could be detrimental to you too. So I would advise you to definitely cut back the long run at this point, because you generally don't want to hit 20 miles on the long run until you're at least 60 miles per week. Then it becomes diminishing returns, like you said. So you already identified an issue, which is good. So let's just say you run the 40 minutes on Thursday to shake out, to recover from the run on Thursday. The workout on Wednesday. Cut the long run back. You don't need to be 20 miles. Cut it back to like 12 miles at this point. Doesn't need to be 20 right now, because you're not going to get the full benefit of it anyway. So I would cut it back to 12, even 14 miles. That would help. So anywhere between 12 and 14, Samir. Okay. But at this point, then you'd have 4 days of running per week. Okay. So if you do an easy run on Thursday to recover from Wednesday, and you have a day off or whatever it is on Friday, you do your long run Saturday. Let's just say it's 13 or 14 miles. And on Sunday, you can either take an off day again, or a little cross-training day, whether it's biking for 20 minutes, swimming if you have access to it, or a cross-training day. But that alone, that 1 extra day per week, will help balance out the week by cutting back your long run too. It'll help keep you healthier. So let's just say you have your easy day Monday, your VO2 max session on Wednesday, and then you have a day after shake out to help you recover from the VO2 max. And Friday it could be off if you need it to be. You do your long run Saturday, and then either offer a very, very easy cross training day on Sunday. Now you've got 4 days a week, but it's a more balanced approach. And that's for starters, that'd be the next kind of transition point for you that I would recommend. So does that make sense, Samir? Because it definitely, I think it would help you. It'll help keep you healthier. Okay. There's no need to run a 20-mile long run, because that doesn't necessarily make up for 3 off days or 4 off days. And this is where people can get a little in trouble here too, because sometimes they have a lot of off days, but they'll pack on so much volume in those 3 days that you're not giving yourself a chance to recover. And you can either get hurt or become diminishing returns. So at some point you plateau and you start not getting better. So if that works for you, Samir, that'd be the first thing I'd recommend, or I'd encourage you to do it. Then you can modify as you see fit. But again, I would cut the long run back, because you're not having enough time to recover from it, the way you have the training laid out. So, and again, always doing something easy the day after a workout helps flush out the legs, helps your recovery process a little bit more go smoothly. So that's what I would do for now, Samir. So I hope you find that helpful. Any other questions from anybody? Does anybody have any questions? We only got a couple people on here, but any questions? So we got Samir again, into bodybuilding before transitioning into running. Yeah, so it's got to be a gradual transition, Samir. So you have to lose some weight. Yes, so a more balanced approach will help you lose some weight, Samir. You don't need to do a 20-mile long run to help you do that. So let that happen on its own, gradually. I mean, there's no guarantee that a 20-pound, there's no really time correlation. If you drop 20 pounds, it'll give you a 15-minute improvement on the marathon. It's not only that. I mean, it's all the things you do training that kind of help you prepare for a marathon, because a marathon, I mean, it's a different beast than anything else. And if you're transitioning from bodybuilding, wanting to lose weight, you want to let the weight come off over time. And then as you get a little bit healthier and fitter, you can adapt. Then you can go a little bit longer on that Thursday run, a little bit, and then you can start to increase the long run a little bit over time. But at this point, it would be counterproductive to continue doing those 3 days like the way you were doing. And a more balanced approach will help you stay healthy and also ease a transition from bodybuilding into running more regularly. So at some point for a marathon, I think it's a good idea for people to run at least 5 days per week when you're running for the marathon. So good strength exercises, a lot of functional stuff. I'm actually going to put out, as a John, a video on some functional strength training exercises that are running specific. So be on the lookout. That's coming in the next couple of weeks. I would encourage you to watch. If you're not subscribed, make sure you subscribe and hit the bell icon so you know when that video is coming out. But obviously you want to have a strong core, lower back strength. You want to also have a good flexibility routine to complement the good strength routine. But all the strength exercises that I'm going to put out in the video are going to be running specific. They're going to be very functional in nature, so they'll help your running performance. Okay. What should be the weekly mileage for someone training for sub 3:30 marathon? Everybody's volume is a little bit different, Dimitri. I've gotten people under 3:30 on under 50 miles a week. It's not the easiest thing in the world. It really depends on what you can handle physically and the type of long runs that you do. But again, I think 50 miles a week should be a minimum cutoff at that point, because you want to try to get your long run up to 20 miles if you can. And I very rarely give somebody 20 if they're only doing 50. So between 50 and 60 miles a week would be ideal over time if you can get to that. But again, it depends on how well you recover on lower volume, and then you kind of gradually add over time. So because the fitter you get, the easier it's going to be to transition into a marathon and recover well and be ready for it too. So there's a lot of components leading into the marathon, and then on the flip side, coming out of a marathon. And the better prepared you are beforehand, the easier it's going to be to recover on the back end, if that makes sense. How should those 50 miles be spread out? Can you give me an example? And when I broke down a 50-mile week, I'll do it again for you. I did a 50-mile week layout. Also, send me an email, Dimitri, at blackbeltrunningcoach@gmail.com. I will send you this template of all the weekly mileage, okay? So let's just say you're running 6 days a week or 50 miles a week. I'll give you that. That's an average of a little over 8 miles per day. So, and again, you can modify this as you see fit, but it's 7 miles on Monday, 8 on Tuesday, 9 on Wednesday, 8 on Thursday, 7 on Friday, long run of 11 or 12 on Saturday, and then off day on Sunday, okay? And over time, you build that long run up. Okay, that's kind of how, and then it would be a workout, one or two workouts a week. And don't worry, it's okay, Dimitri. Don't worry, man. So again, it's 7 on Monday, 8 on Tuesday, 9 Wednesday, 8 on Thursday, 7 Friday, 11 Saturday, and off day on Sunday. It's an average of a little over 8 miles per day, but that's kind of how you lay it out. But if you need to modify it for your own needs, you do that. Okay, but that's kind of a good way to lay things out with an off day every week or every other week, and that's kind of how I would schedule a 50-mile week. It's not a robust volume, so on the back end, when it comes down to the taper doesn't need to be as drastic, or as significant. But that's kind of how it lays out, Dimitri. But again, just send me an email, and I'll send you the template on how to lay things out, and then you plug in workouts accordingly. So if you're doing one workout a week or whatever it is, you plug it in accordingly. But this allows you to kind of set it up in a way that you're recovering sufficiently all throughout the week and setting yourself up short-term and long-term. So does that make sense, Dimitri? Does that make sense? And by the way, as is John, I mean, anything from lunges with medicine ball twists to physio ball exercises to, one-legged squats, hurdle drills to kind of open up the hips. And even if you don't have a hurdle, you can use a chair. And I actually did a video on that. So take a look at one of the videos on my channels. It's a good routine to kind of open up your hips and your lower back and your legs to kind of help become a little bit more efficient, especially when it comes to marathon running. As a John, I think you'll find that video helpful too. All different types of hurdle drills, which would make strength training a lot easier as well and more efficient, and would help keep you healthy. So, but I will be putting out a running specific functional strength training video in the next couple weeks. So it'll be out shortly. Thanks for the request. I appreciate it. Any other questions, guys and gals? Anybody have any questions? Was I helpful? Samir, did that help? I want to make sure. Dimitri, were you able to get that 50-mile week down? And again, don't worry, man. Don't worry about apologizing, dude. It's all good. Got it. We'll check it out. Yeah, as John, I think you'll find it helpful. And it's a good way of, and check out my stretching videos too, because it's also a running specific stretch routine too. It helps you really, really maximize your running at any point in time. How many reps for hill workouts for marathon training? Depends on what point in time in training your cycle you're in, Eric. Actually, take a look at my last live stream I did last week. I did 12 workouts for the marathon, and the whole first cycle is hills. And you'll see how it lays out and how it builds out. So take a look at that one. I think you'll find it helpful. But the hill reps should be anywhere between, depending on how experienced you are, anywhere between 100 and 150 meters, all the way up to, 400 meters. And how many you do depends on what you're used to now, but and what type of training volume you're doing. But these give you a kind of a template on how to build towards these amounts, whether it's 10 times a 200 or building it up to 10 or 12 or 8, whatever it is. It gives you an idea on how to build it, and in such a way that's going to help you benefit and help increase and improve the other runs that you're doing in the week as well. They help complement each other. So, and it's laid out in blocks of 4 weeks so that you can adapt, Eric, and before you transition into something else. So everything I have laid out in my training program is designed so that you're running your best when it counts the most at the end, not too early and none of that stuff. So I would encourage you to watch that if you haven't. You'll get a lot of insight. And then take a look at my marathon training videos too, Eric. They're fully detailed, and every single one of them has hill running in it, especially early in the week. So every one of them. So you'll see a pattern of consistency with my training programs. And it's designed that way. So, I want my athletes running best when it counts the most at the end. So, does that make sense? Any other questions, guys? Any other questions? I'll give it another minute or so, and then we'll wrap it up on a Saturday. By the way, I hope you guys all enjoyed a nice Thanksgiving weekend, a nice Thanksgiving holiday, and whatnot. Hope you guys get a little bit of downtime this weekend too. All right, give it another minute, and if nobody has any questions, I'll wrap it up and let you guys go. And again, anybody that wants this training template to how to build out your weekly mileage, I'll send it to you. Again, one last time, my email is blackbeltrunningcoach@gmail.com, or send me a message on Instagram, top of the line running. And I'll send it to you either way, but email tends to be the easiest way to accept that size of a document. So I'll get it out to you. As soon as I see your email, I'll get it out to you. So any last minute questions? No problem, Eric. It's my pleasure. And yeah, feel free to share this video with other people that runners and coaches. If you have any friends in the running community who think might benefit, I want as many people as possible to know this channel exists, because not many people do. And I've got 200 plus videos of stuff that can be really, really helpful to a lot of people. So I want people to be able to take advantage of it, and it's all free. So if you know anybody who you think might benefit, please share this channel with them, top of the line running. So, but I want to thank you guys for coming on. Have a great weekend, and I will talk to you all next week. Over and out.